and welcome to the Run to Remember podcast. I'm your host, Kristen Fairs, joined alongside race director Carrie Watkins. In this week's episode, you'll meet Tory Howard, a half marathoner training for his first full marathon. He's also a husband, father, and serves in the U.S. military. Next, we'll introduce Maggie Harding, who's also training for her first marathon and is just a sophomore in high school. Maggie has a powerful personal connection to why we run. Her grandfather is a survivor of the Oklahoma City bombing, and she now serves on the Memorial Museum's teen board. Finally, we'll hear from Chris Williams, a sports reporter and anchor with News 9, who's also placed second in his age group in the Memorial Marathon 5K. The 2026 OKC Memorial Marathon takes place the weekend of April 24th through the 26th. Visit okcmarathon.com and sign up to run, walk, or volunteer. Carrie, we're back. We're cold.
We're cold. First month of the year is wrapping up.
It is.
And we have survived a week of weather.
We have.
And people have seen a lot of treadmill miles, including you.
I have seen lots of time inside. I don't really mind the treadmill. It's a time for me to catch up on some junk TV, which, I don't want to watch if I'm not doing something like that.
Are you on the treadmill running with some superstar or?
Some superstar.
I don't know, your Peloton buddy, whoever that is on the other end.
I do have my Peloton buddies, but I also like to catch up on my Netflix shows.
Okay.
Listen to my favorite podcast.
Yeah.
Turn on the Run to Remember for some motivation, all the things.
Well, we've got a great lineup today.
We do. I'm excited. 2 full marathoners.
Incredible.
First-time full marathoners, which is great, which is always exciting. One very young, which is always fun to see the young runners out embracing something hard and embracing the story of why we run.
Right. And a great soldier. So
So we're going to start off with Tory Howard. You've got an inspirational story to share with us. We are so glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself and what brought you to Oklahoma.
So I am a 36-year-old father of 4, married. I came to Oklahoma originally back in 2009 with the Air Force, moved away, and they sent us back here in 2023, and I've been loving every minute of it.
That's great. So you're still in the Air Force?
I'm still in the Air Force, yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So this is a huge Air Force city, and we welcome all those folks. But you kind of lead a contingent of folks that just have moved in but have learned this story and learned to understand why this is an important race. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So seeing the race last year was my first half marathon running it, and I just had a blast. And the community here in Oklahoma has embraced me so much that knowing how much that the city was affected by what happened, I wanted to bring that to a bigger stage if possible for people that I knew that might not fully be engaged with the community, and this was my way of doing that.
It's incredible.
And from what I understand, you're headed out of Oklahoma, correct?
Yes, very soon, heading to Germany in June.
Okay.
So you're going to run the race and run to Germany, is what you're saying.
You might get enough miles.
I don't know if I can get across the water.
So knowing that this is kind of one of your last things to do in Oklahoma, how does it bring more meaning to you to have run this race?
It's very, very humbling, very kind of a somber moment for me. Oklahoma has embraced me so much. Myself, I'm more of an introvert, being military, moving so much. It's hard to make lasting friends, kind of really get engaged in the community. But being in Oklahoma for a combined almost 8 years, this feels like a second home to me. Being from Virginia, I would love to just stay here in Oklahoma. But running this race means so much to be around the people that have taken me in, and I believe they treat me as family and made some of the best friends I've ever had.
How did you get into running?
So I originally got into running specifically because of the military. I played basketball, more of a sprinter. And then I was like, I have to run from a military 1.5 miles, and I can't run. So just training through that. And then I met a friend. He was like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to run. First day I showed up, I had on basketball shorts past my knees, a big floppy T-shirt, and basketball shoes. And he's like, it's not going to work. So just training with him and just seeing the patience that he had with me, it really helped me embrace running as a whole. And then from there, I started trying to bring other people into running with me.
And you're a father of 4. I know that running a marathon is a big time commitment. So tell us about kind of how you fit that into your schedule.
How do you
with
balance all
that
that?
and your military requirements.
So I wake up early, pretty much every morning around 3:30 or 4 a.m., and that's my run time during the week.
That's my best hour of sleep.
Yeah, it's usually pretty dark. I'm usually the only runner out there. On the weekends, I try to get my long runs in over at Lake Hefner. Usually about 6 o'clock in the morning, still kind of early, but it's great seeing other runners out there as well. So it's really just balancing my time. If I can't run in the morning, my day is usually packed after that, so just fitting it in when I can.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite part of this race?
My favorite part of the race is the opening ceremony, the moment of silence. The beginning of it hit me really hard, and seeing how many people can get so silent and remember such an event together and understand what it truly means and embrace that.
If you were telling somebody who's on the, trying to decide should they get in or should they not, what would you say to a runner contemplating this race?
I would say get into the race. It's a great thing to be a part of, whether you're a beginner runner, you want to do 5K, relay, half marathon, full marathon. There's something for everybody, whether you want to walk, you want to run, you want to jog. Never be afraid to fail. That's something I try to tell the people that I run with. I would rather have the opportunity to go out there and do my best versus wonder what if down the road. It's a great, great race to be a part of.
Are you going to run this by yourself, or do you have some friends running with you?
So I do have a friend running with me. We ran the half marathon last year together, and we decided we're going to run the full this year together as well. It's kind of my goodbye to the city, and I wanted to bring, again, my family with me, the community with me, and that was the best way I could do it, and hopefully we can stick together the entire time.
Yep.
That's incredible. So how was the half last year?
The half was great. I loved it. Just seeing the different areas of Oklahoma City, even myself just driving from Yukon to Tinker every day, I don't get to really see the city that much. So going through the different neighborhoods, seeing the different people out there lined along the streets. Gorilla Hill was its own beast that I was not prepared for, but it was great. It was so much fun, much fun.
He had so much fun, Carrie, he decided to double.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you're bringing a friend along, which is, you guys are doing it together again. What a great way. And really, our thanks to you for your service to our country. We don't take that for granted. And thanks for running, because we don't take that for granted either.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you found a home in Oklahoma for this time, and hopefully
And you
you'll
can always
circle
come back.
Yeah, I'm hoping to.
Yeah.
Thanks
so much, Tory.
Thank you.
Love that story.
Oh
Love
my gosh.
first-time marathoners too.
There are
fun.
so many soldiers who come and make Oklahoma City home, or the metro area home. It's so important to really understand they go all over the world serving our country, and it's just nice to have him here and be a part of our race. It makes it even more special.
You can take a piece of Oklahoma to Germany with
Absolutely.
him too. Yeah. All right. Next up, we have another first-time marathoner, and she's part of the generation that's helping to carry the lesson of April 19th, 1995 forward. Maggie Harding, we're glad to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
You're a sophomore in high school, and you're on the team board. What inspired you to get involved with the team board?
I mean, growing up in Oklahoma, it's kind of like you're never going to avoid this story, and you're never going to avoid what happened. It's very prominent in every area of your life. So knowing that my grandpa was a survivor, he was in the records building right next to it. So just knowing that really makes it prominent in my life.
So he was in the building where the museum is.
Yes.
It was the Journal Record newspaper that morning, and a lot of other agencies were in that. So he was there that morning and working?
Yeah.
Incredible.
He was sitting behind his computer when everything happened. So just hearing his story and living so close to the memorial really brought me into it.
Mm-hmm. And you're on the team board. Tell us how that is.
It's really good. We have a lot of good talks, a lot of good visitors come in and talk to us. We got to put the wreaths on the chairs.
Yeah.
Like, it's really engaging, and it's really awesome. It's good to have conversations with people who are from all over Oklahoma.
We're using the team board come as a focus group as we redo the museum, and they've been very helpful for that. But what got you into running?
Well, my uncle, he runs marathons. He ran this marathon once, and he ran the New York City Marathon. My dad, 2 years ago, just decided to run the marathon. So running has always kind of been there, just kind of working out. And then it was in November, so very recently, when I was like, I think I could run the marathon. And my family was like, are you sure? And now I'm here.
So you put
I'm
the miles
training.
in, you're training?
What's your
Yeah.
training plan like?
It's usually around 20 miles a week right now, just because I lift 3 times a week, and then
Great.
I run 3 times a week, and then I have a long run on Saturday. So it's around 20 miles right now. It's pretty casual, pretty easy. But my uncle is helping me. He's kind of being my trainer.
Okay.
So it's
Does
really
he get
fun.
out there and run with you, or are you doing the long runs by yourself?
I do the long runs by myself. He has before for kind of tempo-ish runs, but he's been really great. He's been really helpful.
Yeah, and you're a rower, correct?
Yes.
So how does that kind of help with your running, or do you see any similarities between the two sports?
I mean, rowing and running, there's a lot of grit involved and a lot of discipline. And there's always a cause for why you're kind of doing it. So I think being on the rowing team, I'm not a rower on the team, I'm a coxswain. So I get to see the rowers from an outside perspective on all the work that they put in and everything they do. So I think for me, it kind of translates over to running because I'm like, I can show them that I can put in the work and I can do all the things to reach this success. Because training, I've realized it is really hard and it takes a lot
of time.
Like the process, everything, the preparation, it's really hard. So just seeing my rowers and how they do that has really inspired me to be like, well, like I can do hard things too. And I like to think of them and bring in their discipline whenever
That's
I'm running.
great.
Yeah.
When you think about the future and you realize the future of this story rests with your generation, how do you begin to tell this story to others to make them understand what a normal day it was and how senseless this tragedy really was?
I mean, I think especially in today's society, there's a lot of polarization, and I think that it's really important that we understand the past so that we can see how it might reflect today and in the future. And I think for my generation, especially as younger individuals who are growing up in such a polarized time, I think it's important that we understand what happened, what didn't happen, what it really means, kind of just truly what it was so that we can understand what might carry on into today so we can just have a better understanding, just understanding like really what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
And really how senseless it was. And that's
sure.
that's one of the beauties of your age and the teen board of just making sure this message passes on. We
Correct.
talk to runners who are running who don't even know why this race
Right.
exists. And so that's one of our passions. So you're going to, I hope, challenge some of your fellow teen board members to get in the race?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've talked to some of them. It's great.
Great.
And then as just from the perspective as being the family members of a survivor, I'm assuming that makes this race even more meaningful to your family. Can you just kind of talk about the what it means to you all to see people out there on race weekend?
Well, the marathon has always been very prominent in our lives. We live in Heritage Hills, so during race weekend, it's everywhere. We got runners by our house.
We
The
kind of shut you
marathon is
down
right
for
there.
a couple hours. Sorry.
Just a little bit. But it's really great, and it's very prominent. And, every single day we drive by the memorial, and we're reminded of how our lives were changed and how my grandpa, how he was so close to dying, and how there were so many families who just, their lives are changed forever. And we really bring that in when reflecting on that day. So it really is very prominent in our family with just where we are and in our community, but also with what happened and how we look back on the past.
And you're 16?
I'm 15.
15.
15. Are you going to be 15 when you do the race, or will you have turned 16 yet?
I will have turned 16.
Okay, so 16 years old, finishing a full marathon.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's
And what a
and-
great perspective.
Yeah, great perspective. I love how you're carrying the story forward. I love that you're taking this on. I know that it's not easy to balance the training with a full school day. I mean, we talked about balancing it with 4 kids and a full-time job. That's hard, balancing it as a
Absolutely.
teenager. With
Yeah, you're giving up a lot to
You're
do
giving
it.
up a lot of time.
Is your grandfather
Definitely.
still alive? And
Yeah.
so he must be very proud.
Yeah.
That's
Really proud.
awesome. Well, we'll make sure he's at the finish line to greet you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great. Thank
Thanks,
you so
Maggie.
much.
Thank you guys so much.
Wow.
super cool.
You gotta love kids like that, and
I do too.
parents are steering them in the right direction and giving them guidance, and it really does give me goosebumps just to see young kids embracing this story and learning and being willing to
And
share it.
sharing
Yeah.
it with their friends and their peers, and
Yeah.
it's just a great way to learn.
Go Maggie.
Woohoo! We'll be cheering her along for sure.
Absolutely.
Following the journey. Before we speak to our final guest, here's a message from our volunteer sponsor, Love's Travel Stops. This local family business has been a committed partner of the Memorial Marathon for years.
Hi, I'm Jenny Love Meyer with Love's Travel Stops. We're so proud to sponsor the Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon this year. This event is more than just a race. It's a powerful symbol of resilience, unity, and remembrance for our community, and it honors the spirit of Oklahoma City. To all runners, walkers, and volunteers, thank you for being a part of this special day, and best of luck to participants as you run to remember.
All right, next up, you might recognize our next guest from your television screen, Chris Williams, a sports reporter and anchor with News 9. You're bringing the energy today.
A little bit, yeah. It's a little early for me. I'm a night side guy, but we crawled out of bed at 9:30 and got here.
So you ran the Memorial 5K last year. You
Yeah.
placed second in your age group, whatever that is. And
I think it's young, Carrie.
It's young. What do you remember about the race, and what made it so special for you?
I remember about 15 minutes of feeling like I was going to throw up.
Okay.
Just
the
awful
5K?
in the stomach.
But
yeah,
the 5K,
in the 5K.
No, but the
So-
5K is important because it's where most people start.
Sure.
And so I don't ever want
Yeah.
to dismiss the 5K because it's a lot of people's marathon. So
Correct.
We're grateful for it. But you tackled it. And
I
you
did.
And you won second place in your division.
Yeah, so which was 25 to 29. I'm now in the 30 plus division, which I'm not taking well.
Yeah.
Not because of the competition, just because I'm
Yeah,
30 now.
uh-huh.
But so I was part of the
Competition's
broadcast.
more fierce, probably.
That's what I was thinking,
Yeah.
more dedicated.
Yeah.
I was part of the News 9 broadcast. So I was live over at the Paycom Center. The 5K had been bumped because of weather, so I didn't think I was going to be able to run it. And then after I was, toward the start, so I kind of finish up early, and they're like, okay, you're clear. It's like, I can make it to the start line. So I ran here to News 9, changed, ran to the start line, and then ran the race.
Wow.
So that last mile was like, whew, we did not train for this extra
It
mile.
sounds like you kind of ran the quarter. Not
Yeah.
the 5K.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we bump it up? Can I get the bigger trophy then because
Yeah,
I ran the
yeah.
extra distance? It seems fair.
So I remember you coming across the line, and you were running pretty good pace.
Speedy.
You're a little competitive, I'm assuming.
Yes. A 12-year-old passed me on that final bend, and I was like, oh, no. I'm sure he had a better time than me, but I was like, this 12-year-old is not crossing that line before I do. Although the 15-year-old you just had on definitely would cross the line
Right.
before I did. But yeah, it was, that moment of like, I can't let this little preteen beat me.
Well, we won't even go there because that's just part of life. But you cover sports all over the country. What's this race? What makes this race different? And as you embrace this race, how do you look at it as part of the athletics of our city?
Yeah, well, I'm an Oklahoma transplant, and I was born in '95.
Okay.
So not too far off, but
Right.
it was a few months after.
Right.
And so for me, it was coming here and learning what happened. One of the first things they told me when I started here was that I need to go by the museum, and I enjoy history, so I went over there and learned it. And then they told me about the event, and I don't know. I don't go to a ton of races,
Right.
so I think I underestimated what it would really be like. The energy there, everybody, the excitement. People just know what it's about, so it there's less complaining, there's less feeling sorry for yourself. It's like such a special. And then actually running it and coming around that final bend where you see the survivors' faces and you have all the people cheering down the side. It's special. It is very unique. It's not like, football games where most people you see have been out drinking for 4 hours beforehand. They do that after the race.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Some do
no,
it
it's
during.
Some do it along the
during.
course, which
Yeah.
I never quite
We don't
understood.
sanction that, but some people do. So you are a former football player, and so you understand discipline and rigor and competitiveness. How does that prepare your mindset for the race?
I don't know, because
Because you're going to tackle the half. or
there
quarter this
were
year?
moments where I thought I had that, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, how many more turns are there? I did not study the course map well enough either.
You and,
just went out
you
and
and
ran it
5,000
blind.
other
was-
runners.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, but Carrie, you did mention that he kind of helped you steer.
He did.
some
I'm telling you,
people.
once you got in, you caught your breath. Remember, we had to move the 5K to
Correct.
Sunday, so we had more people coming to the finish line chutes. I don't know if you guys realize this, but not everyone follows the rules or studies the course. And so we had people crossing over the median because it was less people on the full side because there were less runners
Correct.
there. And the half and the quarter, it was packed, and people were just going everywhere. And so I don't want to say it was hitting the fan, but it was hitting the fan. And so I run up to as the turn happens, and Chris recognizes I need help. And we got everybody in line pretty fast. But I've talked about it all year. He really was so helpful to help me. And we were just, everyone has a place, and people aren't usually just standing around unless it's just for a second. But we saw trouble coming around that bend, and he ran up to help me steer sweet little ladies
Corral
into the
some kittens up there, yeah. And the good news
Kittens
is
are a good word.
most of them were too tired to like push back.
Yeah.
So it's like you need to be over there like, just tell me where to go.
I mean, they were jumping over these big stones.
Yeah, yes.
Because they wanted to go with.
So
less
that's not
people.
part of the course. If you see stones,
Right.
don't jump over them.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
That's
common.
That's clue
Take
number
the
one.
easy-
Yeah,
path.
people don't always know that.
Easier
Yeah.
path. Well, that's also an important reminder to maybe check the map out before
It's very important.
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
even like get in your car and drive the
it.
course.
Although if you're running the full marathon, driving the course takes a long time.
Oh, for me, it takes longer to drive it than it takes you to run it.
Yeah,
So.
but you do
that's another
have down
problem.
at the expo, you can see the map.
Yeah, we're going
and-
to change that this year. It won't be the actual topography map, but we're doing something very cool and using
good. I'm excited to see
Google
it.
Earth and
Cool.
and a drone that we did of the course. It's actually going to be a little bit better, I think. Or it's a change. It'll be a change, but you'll have a chance to see, your course at the expo.
Make sure you know the turns. Make sure you know what lane to finish in. All those things.
Right, or you
Yeah.
can put it on your Garmin watch,
Yeah.
whatever.
So what are you running this year?
I'll do the 5K again. That's kind of where
on, go for the
I
quarter.
top out a little bit. No, I don't know. I guess I could maybe try the quarter. Is that what I should do?
Either go to the quarter or get to the finish line so you can help
I've
me
already
steer
told
people
you
in the right lanes.
I don't correctly prepare for things. So if you took me on the quarter
but
route
it
and said
is.
this is the 5K, I would just run it thinking it was
It's,
the 5K.
you've got a few months. You can.
Yeah, I could probably get out there. This is about the time where I started actually figuring out if I could run last year, because most of my workout routine, I'm into fitness, but it's mostly the stuff. I'm
Right.
30 now. You lay on your back and just kind of push some weight up. So I'll shift back over. Maybe I'll give it a
No,
couple
it's
trial
in
runs.
your 30s is when you get serious about fitness.
That's true, actually. Don't
Yeah.
like runners peak like
They do.
32 or
Yeah.
something.
And it'll probably be Thunder playoff weekend. I mean, it's going to be a busy weekend
gonna be
around
busy.
town.
Yes.
You'll be
Hopefully
running
we're-
on adrenaline that weekend.
Yes.
I think most
We're
of you
all
say
running
yes.
on adrenaline.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, we're so excited that you're running again, and thank you for your
I
help.
can't
at the
believe that you
finish
had two
line.
full marathoners with fantastic story, and then I have to come up here after and be like, yeah, I ran the 5K and I tried my best.
Hey, it takes us all, and really, I sent Peyton an article this week. I'm like, the 5K is many people's marathon. It's where they start. It's where they.
It's a great
shed
distance.
weight.
And here's what I would say. If you're not a runner, you can just do the 5K, and you can run portions, and you can walk portions.
Right.
And you'll be done in a reasonable amount of time,
And you're
you're
part
done.
of the weekend.
Yeah.
You get to enjoy
Scissortail
the
Park's
excitement
the
of the
lower
weekend.
Scissortail
Yes,
Park. It's
exactly.
great.
Like it's the perfect for the person who's like, you know what, I want to be part of this, but I don't know if I'm
You maybe
be
don't
waking
have
up
the-
at 6
the
a.m. and
time
running
or-
every day.
Right,
Yeah.
Right.
To put in all the training.
Oh my gosh.
But I will say though, it can be contagious. You do that 5K, and then the next year you're looking
Yeah.
at a half, and then
I
before
would
you know it, you
discourage-
had so much fun, you decided to.
If
double
you're a
that.
man in the 30 to 35 age group, go up to the quarter, run that,
Clear the
clear
30,
down a
clear
little
the
bit, make it a
5K.
little easier for you. So if you're a good athletic man, don't run the 5K.
So, for those who are thinking about getting in the race, what would you say is your inspiration or your why?
I mean, just after the first year I covered it, but I didn't run it, and I was like, man, I need to find a way to be a part of this. And so that was a way to be able to do both. The broadcast is such a special thing to be a part of as well here at News 9
Right.
and being able to do that side of it. And so the 5K is the perfect ability to do both and to get a shirt that, people are
Maybe
like, oh,
we
you
can put
ran.
a live
but
cam
then
on
I-
you, and you could run and
I've thought about
and
it.
work.
I've thought about
Let's
it.
talk about that.
You'd have to have the curse button ready
I was going to say,
some of them,
I
oh
think that
boy.
you might need a little delay.
That's true. That's true.
Spending just a few minutes with you.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
wow! She's not. She's.
Well,
By the way,
Yeah.
she said at the start, on the treadmill this weekend watching junk TV. Before we got on, she said she was going to be watching this podcast. So I don't. What are you trying to say
I'm
here?
going to watch both.
What are you
I'm gonna
trying to
watch-
say
I'm gonna
here?
watch both. I'm
Okay,
gonna
different
watch both.
categories
Different
though.
categories,
Okay.
yep.
I
Gotta
needed to
catch
clear
up.
that.
Always turn into the podcast first
I'm
before
gonna
you
do
watch
the
TV.
podcast
Before you get to the
first for
junk
my
TV.
motivation, and then I'm gonna catch up on my
Okay.
on my
Okay.
She
Netflix.
didn't
I
mean
was
that.
just
She didn't
making
mean
sure.
News 9 was junk TV. She
No.
meant like those
I meant my
trashy
my Netflix
series
shows.
stories.
That's a good say. I was fuming over that.
Yeah,
I was started
Let's
pacing.
clear, let's
Yeah,
clear
they're
that.
gonna make
Let's
it
clear the
very
air.
clear. Those
All
are
right.
my Netflix shows.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh. Thanks,
Oh,
Chris.
thank you. We're excited to see you out there. I'm
My
sure it'll
pleasure.
be fun.
It will be fun.
It'll be fun. Yep.
If you're into sports, watch Chris. He always has a great
And
time.
if you're not into sports, watch them just for some entertainment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like that. I like
That's
that.
right.
Yeah. Well, what a fun episode. Lots of fun stories. Lots
Great
of
stories.
fun people to watch as we go along. I love watching first-time marathoners and just the motivation it takes to get to the finish line and the discipline.
And weeks like this with winter weather, I mean, this is where a spring marathon is hard because you are training in either really cold, which you cannot go out there and run in the heavy snow, but you can do treadmill miles or you can do your other swimming inside or other things, lifting weights. But whatever you do, take care of yourself.
And be
then,
safe.
And be safe. And then we just pray for a mild April, because what you don't want is a
Correct.
70-degree race day when you've had
No.
cold winter. So that's
Nope.
where we're all trying to balance this.
Yep. Yeah.
So all these runners are trying to figure this out.
Yeah. I don't know.
So grateful for them.
So grateful for all the runners from the 5K to the full.
That's right.
Yep, we need them all. Well, thank you for joining us for episode 4 of season 5 of the Run to Remember podcast. Join us every Friday for a new episode. Let us know your questions and tell us your running stories at okcmarathon.com. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. The Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon takes place the weekend of April 24th through the 26th, and if you haven't already, sign up at okcmarathon.com. This is your host, Kristen Fairs. Let's marathon.
To keep on